Welcome to Machu Picchu, one of the new 7 wonders of the world, and a place very worthy of that title, with interesting Inca history, impressive architectural feats, and stunning mountain views, some of which require quite the hike.
This is so fun.
It truly is a wonder. And after spending 4 days hiking on the incredible Salcantay trek to Aguas Calientes, today is the day we finally get to see it with our own eyes.
Let's just say it looks nothing like the screensavers and the photos online. We just met up with our guide Jose, who is going to be showing us around Machu Picchu today, and we've hopped on the bus, which is the best way to get to Machu Picchu from Aguas Calientes. It's a 30-minute ride, and you can get your tickets in town, but we booked ours in advance, which costs 24 USD round trip.
We have 6 a.m. entry tickets, and we got on the bus at 5:40, and the ride up here is so bumpy and so windy. There's so many switchbacks on this road.
The best welcome crew we could ever ask for.
We're getting our first view of Machu Picchu.
Let's just say it looks nothing like the screensavers and the photos online. As we were driving up, it was just completely engulfed in fog. So our expectations for today, very, very low. But our guide says we're gonna see it.
He's very positive and very adamant that we'll see the full view.
I don't know if he means the full view.
Maybe not the full view.
He might just mean we might get to see
view.
some buildings.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So we patiently waited with a super cute and crazy pup to entertain us as we watched the fog slowly move, revealing tiny bits of the scenery.
I think having this fog makes you appreciate the view even more because you just have to be patient and wait for it. And seeing Machu Picchu just unveil itself from the clouds is so magical. Oh gosh, this dog is freaking crazy. He just broke the string and is playing with it.
But then, the fog started to move faster, unveiling more and more of the ruins and surrounding mountains, and we finally got to see Machu Picchu.
This is the clearest it has been all day. And look at this!
I am so happy that we got to see most of the view.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
I can't stop smiling.
Machu Picchu, which means Old Mountain in the Quechua language, is an Inca citadel built around 1450 AD during the reign of the Inca Emperor Pachacuti, and it's believed that it was built as a royal estate or retreat for high-ranking leaders and scholars of the Inca Empire. But sometime around the mid-1500s, it was abandoned, with many theories as to why, such as an epidemic or resource depletion. For years, it was unknown to the outside world, but this all changed in 1911 when an American named Hiram Bingham was led to the site by a local farmer, leading to the world learning of its existence. While no one knows for certain why Machu Picchu was built, it is renowned for how it was built. Just like some of the other ruins we have visited, the giant stones were perfectly cut to fit together, so much so that you cannot fit anything in between them and are not held together by mortar. And it's even earthquake-proof. Machu Picchu itself is located near 2 fault lines, and knowing this, the Incas used various techniques to make their buildings resistant to earthquakes, such as trapezoidal-shaped doors and windows, inward inclining walls, and bracing blocks. It's also famous for its agricultural terraces. These terraces are wide steps built on the mountain slopes, which utilize rain to irrigate crops such as corn, quinoa, and coca leaves. And as we explored with Jose, he showed us so many little details and symbols that just prove what a special place this is.
As we were driving up this morning, we were pretty scared that it was going to be disappointing, and even though it didn't turn out exactly how we dreamt it, it was pretty incredible.
It was amazing, and we highly recommend getting a guide to walk you around Machu Picchu. You can get guides just on the street while waiting in line for the bus. We have people approaching us asking us if we needed a guide, but we booked ours in advance, and we'll put the link to the company's website below so you can book them as well. There's no signs. There's no signs around Machu Picchu. So if you don't have a guide, you will have zero idea what you're looking at the entire time. And we learned just so much, so many little things that even though we did a lot of research beforehand, we had no idea. Just fun little stories and facts about Machu Picchu.
Yeah, I even read a book before coming to Peru. I think it's called Turn Right at Machu Picchu, and it's like the whole history of it and everything. And even after reading that, I was still like, there was so much I didn't know. We highly recommend buying your Machu Picchu tickets in advance, and when buying your tickets, you'll have to pick a circuit. There are now 10 different circuits to choose from, which will take you to different areas of the ruins. We purchased our tickets many months ago, and since then they've changed the circuits, but today we actually got to do the circuit that we originally purchased, even though it doesn't exist anymore.
And that was one great thing about having a guide with us, because without him, I don't think we would have been able to do that old circuit, but he was able to talk in Spanish to all the checkpoint people and make it happen.
But if you're picking from the circuits today, we highly recommend either picking 2A or 2B.
They both take you to the more iconic viewpoints and give you access to more of the ruins. But another very important thing to know is that once you're inside Machu Picchu, you cannot leave. And there are no bathrooms past the gates, and you're probably gonna be in there for a few hours, so plan your liquids accordingly.
We're actually going back to Machu Picchu tomorrow to explore a different area, but for the rest of the day, we're gonna hang out here in Aguas Calientes.
Out of fear of having to pee the entire time we were in Machu Picchu, we skipped coffee this morning, so caffeine was much needed. And originally our plan for the day was to go check out a waterfall that's really close to town. But if you saw our last video, you know that I got an infection while hiking the Salcantay Trail, and I have to go back to the doctor in a little bit to get another round of antibiotics and an IV. Yes, the IV is still on my hand. The needle's in there. I cannot wait to get rid of it, but it does seem to be helping a lot. I woke up feeling so much better today. So instead of trekking out to see this waterfall, we're just gonna take it easy.
Aguas Calientes is definitely a touristy town, but the setting is super cool. It's surrounded by green, lush mountains, has a river rushing through it, plus narrow streets lined with shops and restaurants that each have a friendly amigo inviting you to come on in.
It kind of reminds me of Hanoi, Vietnam, with the train going right through town. So many of the restaurants in town are very similar and have similar menus, but tonight we came to a spot called Indio Feliz because it looked pretty unique, and it definitely is. The decor is so eclectic and fun. There are so many things all over the walls. There's stained glass, there's little knickknacks, there's sculptures, there's money. There is so much to look at in here, and it kind of feels like I'm inside of a ship.
There's a Canadian Tire coupon. India, US, Guatemala, Mexico.
Adam's going around and seeing
Chile,
where all the money's from.
Argentina.
Oh my gosh.
What? You walk away for 5 seconds and you come back to this. It's like
gallon of lemonade.
It's like a slushie. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Oh, heck yeah. Oh man, the mint takes it to the next level. That's so good.
Oh wow. You don't want to drink this before going to Machu Picchu, because you will have to Machu Picchu. Get it? Mm-hmm. You're not laughing hard enough.
I got it.
He should be laughing harder. That was a good joke.
Better yet, Machu Picchu pants.
That is way better. Dang it! Dang it! It looks like we ordered the entire menu, but we only ordered 2 dishes. They just come with so much stuff. And they're beautiful.
I got the trout ceviche, which is a popular fish here, I'm assuming because of the river nearby. And it came with sweet potato. I think this is more of the leche de tigre, which is the ceviche sauce, and then some fried corn kernels. Oh yeah. The trout is nice and buttery. The sauce is tangy and tart. And then you add in sweet potato, gives it a little sweetness, and then the crunchy corn gives it the crunch. The perfect bite.
And I got their mango chicken. That is the perfect mix of savory and sweet. Sometimes chicken can be pretty dry. Not this one.
The weather is looking so much better today. It's so much better than yesterday.
You can see everything today. Yes. This is exactly why we chose to come here over 2 days instead of cramming everything into yesterday. Just in case one day didn't have good weather, hopefully we would luck out with the other. And man, I am so glad we did.
I am glad that we got to see it cloudy and sunny. You see photos of both conditions, so it's really cool to get to experience both. So when visiting Machu Picchu, you'll notice 3 mountains towering over the ruins: Huayna Picchu, Huayna Picchu, and Machu Picchu Mountain. Today we're hiking to the top of Huayna Picchu, and similar to yesterday, we had to get tickets to do this hike. You will need Circuit 3A tickets to do this hike, and they are pretty limited with only 400 per day and do sell out.
That is where we're going.
Huayna Picchu, which means young mountain in Quechua, stands at 2,693 meters tall and is one of the Inca's Apus, or mountains of importance. It's about a 2-kilometer round-trip hike, but is very steep, gaining over 300 meters in elevation as you climb to the top.
This hike is known for having hundreds of stone steps that were built by the Inca, and they're referred to as the Stairs of Death. But thankfully, no one has died on them. And honestly, 2 days ago, I did not think I would be able to do this hike with my ankle. So I am so grateful to be feeling better and be here. Whew. Breathing, it's hard.
I am so thankful that this is in the shade. Oh, this would be extra brutal. To be roasting in the sun.
I am already dripping. Looks like it's about to get a bit more rugged. Look at how steep some of these steps are. Wow. These are so narrow, your whole foot can't even fit on them. The Inca must have had really tiny feet. This is so fun. We made it! So the summit itself was very, very small and rocky. There wasn't a flat area to hang out, but as you make your way down, there's these different levels that are much safer and much more spacious to soak in this incredible view.
You just have amazing panoramic views up here of all these big pointy mountains, all the river valleys running through, and then of course, Machu Picchu down there, all the ruins. At first, I didn't think climbing up here was worth it because it was just too chaotic up there. I was not feeling it. But now that we've got some space to like breathe and like
move,
take a second to be able to enjoy it without feeling like you're gonna fall off a big boulder, definitely worth it.
And what's especially cool about coming up to these peaks is you just get a completely different perspective of Machu Picchu than you get from down there. I just see all these little ants of people on the terraces and going through all the rooms. Could not have asked for a better day.
Seriously.
Oh my gosh. If we had done this yesterday, it would have just been a sea of white.
We'd be in a cloud. Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh.
This is not made for tall people.
The adventure is not just on the way up. We are going through a tiny little narrow cave right now.
We started at 8:24, finished at 10:35, a little over 2 hours.
We are so happy that we finally made it to Machu Picchu, our second world wonder. This is easily the most popular tourist attraction in Peru, but for very good reason. The scenery, the architecture and innovation of the Inca, and just the overall magnificence of this place makes it well worth the hype.
And to learn even more about visiting Machu Picchu, we have a detailed guide on our website that covers how to get to and from Machu Picchu, the different circuits, and so much more.
But this afternoon we're taking a train back to Cusco, so we need to hop onto the bus.
Make sure to give yourself lots of time to get out of Machu Picchu. We waited over an hour to get on this bus.
Grab a quick bite to eat, grab our extra bag at the hotel, and then head to the train station. There are 2 main train providers to get from Aguas Calientes to Cusco, Inca Rail and Perurail. We opted to go with Perurail just because their options work better for us. And our total journey is going to be about 4.5 hours, and we do have a bimodal service, which means we take a train most of the way and then a bus the rest of the way. And for the train portion, we're going to be in their Vistadome train, which has panoramic windows, and we intentionally booked their 3:20 p.m. train. That way we can see as much as possible in the daylight.
This is probably the nicest train we've ever been on. Some of the seating arrangements are 4 seats like facing each other, but we have no one in front of us. It's just our own little row. We have a nice table with a really cool tablecloth, and we just got our free coffee and snack. We've got quinoa cookies, we've got a quinoa bar, a little chocolate bar, and some coca candies.
All sugar.
Pretty good. Those will be really good dipped in the coffee here in a minute. Also, the scenery has been amazing. We have the towering mountains around us, and then we've been going by the river, and then later on, we're gonna have a cultural performance inside the train car.
That was the best thing ever. I can't stop smiling.
All right, now for the bus portion of our trip.
After 6 days hiking on the Salcantay Trek and visiting Machu Picchu, we have made it back to Cusco, and what a journey it has been. But we're not quite done with this region of Peru quite yet. We're gonna spend the next couple days here in Cusco resting up and getting reacclimated to the high altitude before tackling a 6-day Ausangate trek, which is probably what we've been most excited for this entire trip.